Hey folks, welcome to Friday, November 6th. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to go in deep on some stuff tonight. Boom, boom, bo doo day. All right, so I hope the sound is okay for everybody. I'm going to check in with my buddy Alex, who will tell me if everything is okay. Alex, let me know if you're hearing any music here. Hopefully something's coming through. We will see. Hope everybody's having a good night, though. Hope you had a good week. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on these days. And so hope you all are okay. Okay, so he's telling me there's no music for some reason. Let's figure that one out. Okay. So, Alex, can you hear my vocals? Let's see, maybe I've got to reconfigure this whole thing. Hang on a second. Can you hear my vocals? Can you hear my vocals? Can you hear me talking? Can you hear me talking? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear my voice? Okay. Well, let's see if we can figure this one out. I'm going to flip you guys around here and see what we can do. All right. So, I think that you should be hearing my voice. Can you guys hear me scratching? Can you hear me scratching on the microphone? Okay, so if you can hear that, let's see if you can hear any music. Any music? Okay, so you guys could hear music just then, is that right? But only you know music. All right, well, let me turn it up in the room and see if that makes a difference. I don't know what's going on. It's confusing to me. All right, what about now? Can you hear music now? Okay. So, I'm not sure what's going on with my system, but I'm just going to go ahead and unplug that. And I want to show you a little Pro Tools file here. And I'm going to go... Yeah, thanks, Eileen. Yeah, I'm not going to break anything tonight. At least I hope I won't. So this is a tune that I'm going to play for you guys. I just got some percussion parts from my friend Michael League, who plays with Snarky Puppy. And he also plays frame drums, which is pretty cool. And so he just sent me a bunch of percussion parts. And so this is a tune that is called, well, right now it's called Chair Music, because I actually wrote it using a chair. It's one of those bungee chairs. All right, so check it out. It's one of those bungee chairs. This chair right here. All right, so it's got little pieces on the back, little bungee cords. Right, so you can hear it. All right. So I found ones that sounded a little different, and so I wrote a bass line with that, and then I put some clarinet stuff to it, and I sent it off to Michael, who's over in Spain, and he sent it back, and so I just got these parts earlier today, like maybe a couple hours ago. So I'm going to have you check them out, and we're going to listen to them together, see how they sound. All right, so that's my Pro Tools file there. And hey, Indianapolis, what's up, Craig Spencer? So I'm going to start this off for you, and we'll give it a listen. All right, here we go. Start this off. Oops. Here we go, folks. Is it playing? Are we playing? What is going on with my Pro Tools? Oh boy, I'm having trouble tonight. What is going on? Okay, so now I'm not hearing any music. How bizarre. Looks like it's one of those nights. All right, I've completely lost everything. Very strange. Very strange. All right, well, let's do this. Let's see. Okay, this is what you get when it's live. All right, let me start this back up here and see what we get. Open chair music. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. And I want to see if it'll play. And nothing will play. How weird. Well, we might just talk. Yeah, Christopher, you might be right. I might have picked the wrong year to quit drinking. All right, well, let's see if something else will open for you. I'll try this chair music thing one more time, because I think it's going to be really cool if we can get it to work. Yeah, sometimes technology, man, it's supposed to be working for us. Sometimes it's working against us. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we still got nothing. All right. Well, let's quit that. I'll play you something else instead. All right. Here's the track that he sent to me. See if you can hear this. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Carolyn. I think you can hear this. If you guys have any questions, also go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll get Alex to hook it up. All these Moroccan frame drums and all sorts of stuff. I have no idea what he's playing, but it's really cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, man. That's Michael League playing a bunch of like Moroccan frame drums, and I don't even know what else he's doing, but it's pretty cool, whatever it is. And but it seemed like my Pro Tools was working. For some reason, it was just that session. You know, I'm going to plug in again and see if you can hear me through Pro Tools. Alex, you can let me know if this is working or not. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me know if you can hear me talking. I can hear myself talking, and let me know if you can hear this music. Not sure if you can hear that or not. If you didn't hear any music, let me know that also, because I'm not sure what's going. Hearing voice and music. Okay. Well, that is a good thing. So I'm going to go back to this and see if I can play a little of this for you. I was working on this a little earlier today. I collect all sorts of weird stuff. This is a Kalimba, which is also known as the thumb piano. And basically it's got these metal tines. Right, it's got these pieces of metal here that vibrate. And you can see they move up and down, but they kind of vibrate. Maybe hear it just a little bit. Right. And so I was messing around with this earlier. Let's see if I can get my Pro Tools to work here. And let's see. Man, something is really strange here. Yeah, nothing's working. All right, so I am going to restart my computer. Probably should have done this in the first place. And then we'll kind of take it from there and see what happens. So, all right, restart the computer. This is a first. So, I'll talk a little bit about this thumb piano. I've got a couple of things. A friend of mine who's an African dancer was in, not sure where in Africa she was, but she brought me a couple of these. And it's basically like a bass kalimba. But the crazy, so it's made out of a gourd, made out of the bottom of a gourd, and some rivets up top that hold the head together, which is just made of wood, right? And then in the middle, there are these pieces that sound kind of like bass notes. Right? But the craziest thing about these pieces is they're not just pieces of metal. I'm not sure if you can see, but any of you that do any handiwork out there or have a saw, you might recognize that these are blades from like a small handsaw. And I'm not sure if you can see on the edges of them here, but well, you maybe see on this one a little bit better. Right? So they're actual saw blades. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but or why they would use those. I guess they're maybe just plentiful, but it's from a hacksaw, right? And so I've got that, and I've got this Kalimba that I was messing around with earlier, and I'm gonna see again if I can kind of get back to where I was here, kind of status quo. And I've restarted everything, so let's see if this goes back to working or if it doesn't go back to working. I will know in just a moment here. But I want to play you some stuff that I was working on before with this Kalimba, and we will check it out. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working. So I'm going to plug in and see if we can hear it through the phone now also. So let me know if you can hear the music. I can definitely hear the music. Okay, apparently you can hear it now. That's good. All right, we're back. All right, so basically what I did with this is I'm going to play you just one part here. And this is the first part that I laid down. Okay. Stuff is still acting weird, but just not as weird. So, okay, let's see. Let's try this. Yeah, Tamara, you're right. It sounds like a music box. All right, so then what I did is I added another part. So that's all the kalimba, okay? That's the two parts of the kalimba. And so now what I want to do is I want to try to record another part. I'm thinking maybe a flute. Let's see what I have out here. Okay, so I'm going to try and see what I come up with here. Okay. Okay, put myself into record, and I'm going to put a little reverb onto my flute because I like the way reverb sounds. And I'm going to try to find a little melody for this. Okay. And let's see here. All right, you should be hearing me all right with this. So some people sort of ask, you know, how I write. This is one of the ways that I write. I just kind of sit here and I explore and I experiment with things. So I'm going to do that with you right now and just kind of see what I come up with. Okay, so now I know what key I'm in, right? So I know that I'm in C minor and that I can kind of stay in that key on the flute. And I'll see what I come up with. Here we go. Okay, so part of that Go back and listen to that. Part of that, I'm okay with. Yeah, so maybe I'll put a harmony part on that also. Yeah, somebody was saying it's kind of like dream music. Yeah, it kind of is. All right, so let's see here. Put myself back a little ways. And that's it. Okay, so that's the part I want. So let's go back and get it. Okay, so that's where it changed. So let's see what's going on there. And I'll pull that back. And I think what I'll do too is I will show you guys what's going on in Pro Tools here as it's happening. I'm going to turn the camera around. So you can see where I'm recording and what I'm listening to. So this bottom part, this purple part, is the part that I just recorded. So let's listen from there. Okay, let's see what else might work there. Let's go ahead and put it in record in case I get lucky. Yeah. So, come back out of there. I didn't like any of that, so I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to listen one more time to what I played. Okay, let's try something like that. so then it goes back to that other part there. Okay, so I'm going to pull this part over here, and let's listen and see what I came up with. Okay, and then I'll go back to the original part there, right? All right, let's see what happens. Oops. Let's get a little better start on that. So let's get that little ending part. See what I like in there. Let's listen to it one time. All right, I'm going to try this. Okay, here we go. Oops. Right? Okay, so I know that this is at a particular tempo. And so what I'm going to try now is I'm going to try importing a drum groove. See if there's something in this loop package. Let's see, 76, 144, 152. Let's see if there's anything. Nope. All right, so I guess that one kind of sits on its own. And let's see. Let's see, 140, 135, 136, 68. Try this over here and see what I come up with. So I've got another groove that I'm going to work on. I'm going to see if this other thing works over the top of that. This is why it's called In the Studio. so I'm going to take some of these parts that I was working on earlier. I'm going to move them around. I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And let's see, I'm going to break these into little pieces. Oops. Okay, go to 172. Okay. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to take these pieces here. Right, oops. I'm going to steal a couple of those. So I'm going to copy that. Put it down here at the beginning of this. All right, let's see if this lines up. Oh yeah, it's pretty good actually. Oops. I'm going to go back into what's called grid mode. All right. And we will move this part into the grid. And then we'll move this part into the grid in just a moment. And let's see. All right, so I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to find out where I can paste it. Right there. See if this is right. Mm-hmm. All right. So check it out. So I'm going to duplicate this for a while. I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to duplicate this as soon as I figure out where it ends. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this right to here. Theoretically, that should work. All right, so now I have a loop. That is following along with what I played earlier on that big kalimba I was showing you. Check this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to play some more flute over this, right? And just do kind of it's kind of a groove thing over the top of it. Just kind of see what happens. So this is one of the ways that I start to work on tunes. This is one of the ways that I sort of mess around in the studio. And so I kind of want to let you into that process tonight. See what happens. Right, so that's kind of the idea. So getting an idea like that down, finding a melody idea, that kind of thing. So I'm going to try it again. And now that I sort of know the groove and kind of know what's up there, we're going to see what happens. Right, then it goes into a different section entirely. All right, so what I might do then is do another flute part, just kind of playing around that. So let's see what happens there. Okay, so that gave me an idea to try something on bass flute, right? All right, let's see if I can pull this off. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm just having fun. I'm just messing around. Obviously, I had a couple of things prepared that didn't work quite like I planned earlier, but we're making the most of it. Or we're making something of it. I don't know what we're making. Here we go. Okay, so that's kind of the final idea that I'm going to work with after I'm done. That ascending line for the bass flute. And so everything together now sounds like this. Okay, you're not hearing playback. I don't know what is going on. All right, I'm going to unplug my phone, and then you'll be able to hear it. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but... Okay, you can probably hear my voice again, I'm assuming. All right, so let's try this out in the open here. I think you're hearing that now, right? You guys can hear the music now? Whoops. Oh, boy. Sorry. I like this ascending flute line. It's actually pretty hard to play. Hey, what's up, Don? New Brunswick, what's happening? Yeah, coordinating that tongue thing on bass flute. That's gonna be a tricky one. I'll get it though. I'll get it. I'll get it. Yeah. Okay. Wow, what a crazy night, man. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple of questions. I want to say hi to my mom too. I think she's out there listening. And hey, Mom, I love you. Hope you're doing all right. And hope everybody else is doing all right too. Bob Sheely, what is one reed instrument you haven't learned how to play yet that you want to know how to play? Well, you know, I've been thinking about the oboe recently. A student of mine at Vanderbilt plays oboe. And so I'm considering it. You know, I played it one time many, many years ago when I was in college. And there's a lot of back pressure to the oboe. And but it's kind of a cool instrument. It just could be fun to try it out, you know, to see what's happening with it. So who knows? But I don't really play any double reeds except for like the Chennai and that kind of thing. You know, I think like contrabass clarinet could be really cool. Also, I don't have one. They're huge. They're ginormous, you know, and but they get such a great sound to them. So contrabass clarinet could be cool. And Craig Spencer was wondering, is that intro rhythm a triad of sorts? Of sorts, yeah. You know, I mean, when you're dealing with handmade instruments like this, you know, tonality-wise, it's loose at best as to what the tonality is, and but that it kind of ended up being in the key of A minor, so I don't know. I guess it's some kind of A minor triad. Nikki Lockie was wondering, you play an extended Jazzy Stone reprise. Oh, the Stone. Oh, I thought you meant like Jazzy Stone. It wouldn't sound like anything if I was just to play it. It just sound like me playing. What's the most unusual instrument you have in your collection? Wow, man, I have some weird stuff. The Terragato, the Hungarian Terragato, is pretty unusual. This thing, let me grab this. This is a pretty strange and unusual instrument. It's like a three-pronged flute, right? And I've seen stuff like this, but check this out. So that's pretty unusual, and it sounds really cool. Looks pretty cool also. But I have some weird stuff, man. I've got just lots of unusual stuff. Tom Longwell says, you always seem to be like you're in a good mood even during these tough times. What do you do for self-care? Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be upset about. There's a lot of stuff to get you down, It will if you let it. I get my moods, I'm in a crappy mood sometimes, or, bummed out, or, whatever. But, I don't know, I guess you make a choice. My mom talks about that and about making a choice every day, and she's one of the most positive people I know, and an incredible force for good in the world. And my wife is like that too. She makes a choice every day. And so I'm around really positive people, and I think that's part of it. I think that if you're around negative people, there's going to be a lot of negativity, and they can bring that out in you. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of things that really piss me off these days, that are upsetting in the world. And, sometimes I vent those on social media. And as some of you know, those discussions sometimes just kind of spiral out of control with people. But, I try to be civil. I try to be polite. I try to be conscious of the fact that I'm actually talking with another human being. And I don't know. I like my life. I think that's a part of it. But I think choosing to be around positive people and creative people, and I have an opportunity to create. And look, here's the thing, man. Like if you're in a bad mood, give something back to somebody. Teach, go volunteer somewhere, help somebody out with something. There's nothing more fulfilling in life, in my opinion, than giving back. And so I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of education work, and man, that fills me up. It's a lot of work. It's hard work, but it's fulfilling work, and it does fill me up. So I think that's a big part of it. I think it's a big part of it. So thanks for the question. Tom was wondering that I have so many unique instruments. Which is the most sentimental? Wow, that's a good question. Probably the saxophone that I played for all those years with the Flecktones, one of my Selmer Mark 6s. I just don't think I could ever get rid of it. Maybe I'll donate it to the Saxophone Museum. There's a National Saxophone Museum that's coming up, and it's going to be opening up next year. And so maybe I'll donate that instrument there, because, that was kind of the instrument that I had when everything really started happening for me. And so that instrument has been with me for a very long time. And so I have a lot of sentimental value with that. Chris Smith was wondering, do you ever need to refer to sheet music when playing with DMB? Not anymore. Way back in the day, absolutely. I'd have to remember what instrument I was playing and what the parts were, and man, there was a lot of music to memorize at first. But I'm good now. I'm fine with it. If we're working on music in the studio, sometimes I'll sketch stuff out. If there's a new tune that we're working on changing a part, sometimes I'll sketch it out, or other times I'll just record it into my phone. So yeah. Juan Carlos Leon. I think maybe you speak of this instrument right here. Or are you talking about the pan flute with all the different flutes? If you're talking pan flute, you're probably meaning that instrument with a lot of instruments to the side. But I bought this in Peru while I was down there. And I've actually been working on a tune. I don't know if I played this for you guys, but it's a tune called Jija, J-I-J-A. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. But it's a tune that I've been working on with a friend of mine from Peru. And I'll play a little snippet of it here. And there's some saxophones on this. I know I'm going overtime, y'all, but what the heck. I'm going to play you the sort of the traditional Peruvian part of it. And let me know if this is, Juan Carlos, let me know if this is something that is familiar to you. Man, I don't know what's going on with my Pro Tools tonight. There you go. It's like folkloric dance music. How dreamy. So that's his traditional Peruvian tune, right? And so what I did is I morphed it with like I took the tune and I think I've played this for you guys, but I'm going to play a little snippet of it again. Let's see here. Find where the drum parts are. Well, let's just see where we are here. Okay. All right. So I kind of took parts of the melody and put it into a new melody. I got Victor Wooten playing bass on this, Jordan Perlson on drums. My friend Carolina is playing some bass clarinet with me, and she's doing some vocals. I did some vocals on this also. My friend Bernardo playing percussion. Casey Dreesen is playing some fiddle on this. Man, what a groove, huh? Rolling that back in. Hey, Mary. So anyway, so it goes on and eventually goes back to that kind of folkloric thing. So anyways, I'm over time. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for putting up with my silliness all night. And I had a good time working some stuff out with you. And I'm not sure what was going on with my computer system, but something is up. And, you know, Murphy's Law, right? But what can you do? Anyhow, lots of love to everybody. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Man, crazy spikes going on around the country with COVID. 120,000 cases yesterday. You know, we are far from out of the woods. So please, please, please take care of yourselves. Make sure you got one of these. Put it on when you're around people. And even if you don't think it makes a difference, it makes a difference. So stay safe out there, everybody. Lots of love, lots of peace, and we'll talk to you soon, all right? Take care. Bye, Mom. Love you. Mwah. Hey, Yuko. I'm not sure if you're there. Hey, Leoko. Hey, everybody. Hey, Alex. See you, everybody. Take care. Peace.